Very good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. You just now heard the great master talking about the virtue of spirituality meditation. We have done research recently after the great conference organized by Mr. Chandra in Delhi. We found meditation is common to all traditions, all religions, and from thousands of years everywhere. They call it by some name or the other. It is practiced. And as the professor pointed out recently, just now, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, all these, where the Vakyas, Mahavakyas we have heard in Sanskrit and every other language also. There's a very famous Tamil poem says, for a divine who has no form, no name, but we enjoy giving various forms and names. Ultimately, the divinity is living within you, deep within us. It's a long route. Ultimately, people end up there, okay, this is where it is. And we found in all scriptures, Christianity, Islam, every religion, they have spoken about the virtues of meditation, dhyana. Just before Narendra Modi ji became Prime Minister, a month before that, he was Chief Minister of Gujarat. Exactly a month before that, I had a meeting with him in Gandhinagar. He was campaigning for the Prime Ministership at that time. I had a long conversation with him. I asked him, he said, Chief Minister's job is a full-time job. You are a man of perfection. You want everything to be done perfectly. And you also became the candidate of the opposition party, BJP at that time, for Prime Ministership. I said, sir, where will you find the time and energy to do this and also campaigning all over the country? India is just not a country, it's more than a continent. Even if you travel constantly, you can't cover the whole country. He said, I remember the very words, Karthikeyan ji, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I wrote about it before he became PM and also later on in many management institutions when I go for convocation and all that, professor, they say, sir, where is the time? We are kept so busy. Where is the time for that? I said, can you be busier than Narendra Modi ji? Then and even today. He said, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. 90 minutes of yogasana, for, breathing exercise, meditation, dhyana. Said, I've been doing it from younger days. So I don't know what fatigue is. You come see me at 10 o'clock in the night, I'll be either in the home office or traveling. I just don't know what fatigue is. I wrote about it even before he became PM. And I know he does it even today when he's in Delhi. Not up to 2 hours he does it. I know that very well. See the secret of his energy. Not only physical energy, also mental alertness. How much of pressure must be on the Prime Minister of India? This is not an easy country to govern, plus on the worldwide. Though he from a humble background, from a tea seller's family, not very highly formal educated, not only governing this country, you have seen at the world level, whether it's the President of America or China, Russia, Ukraine, he deals with all of them with equal comfort, confidence, and enormous energy. Yes, even other, I'm not talking about politics here. I'm talking about the individual. So I keep telling them, I said, If Mr. Narendra Modi can find the time for this, how can you and I say we don't have the time? And if he has not been doing this, do you think he can continue? So many people, by the time 50, 60, they are tired of life. Even though opportunity, they can't do anything. So even from the practical point of view, want to lead a comfortable life. Health is important. Physical health, mental health, spiritual health. So I just wrote to Honorable Prime Minister now, telling, when you went and told in the United Nations about yoga 10 years back, we've all been promoting yogas now for 20 years, nothing happened. But when he went and addressed the UN, telling, this is the gift of India to the whole world, doesn't belong to any religion. Good. The whole world accepted it. Now, International Day of Yoga practiced everywhere, including White House. In all countries, even Islamic countries, because they know it is good for you. I wrote to him, sir, yes. But now far more important is meditation, dhyana. Because unless you get peace and harmony between the body, mind and soul, individual, unless people know what is right and wrong, a true meditator goes by his conscience, not because of the law or the police or the courts or the government. We have seen what is happening in the world now. More physical comforts, conveniences, all parts of the body can be replaced today. Spare parts are available. But as the professor pointed out today, the new pandemic is depression. Apart from alcoholism and all that, depression. A great master tells me, travels around the world, he says 60% of the doctors in America are suffering from stress, depression. Okay. What about the children? Children are under stress. My friends tell me the mothers come with the small children who have the stress. Apart from this addiction to the gadgets, that's also another pandemic now. So it's become a very serious problem. So where do you deal with it? It has to go deep within. They say world peace, world conferences are held, great masters. They all gather, big statements are made, but ultimately things are getting worse. You see, many parts of the world, particularly Ukraine and West Asia and all that, thousands of women getting killed every day. It's been going on for more than a year. The world is watching helplessly. United Nations have totally failed. So unless, as the UNESCO preamble says, wars begin in the minds of men. So the ramparts of peace have to be sown in the minds of men. It's a statement. For that technology, our ancestors have found that is dhyana, meditation. Go back, go within. As the professor said, searching for peace and happiness all over the world, yes, it gives you temporarily. But ultimately, unless you go within, you find the treasure is, as they say, each, in Christianity also, in every religion. So if you go within the spark of divinity, that is where we learn what the right of art and science of living individually, harmony with health. Then in a family, then such family can get a good society. And when there is harmony, peace, justice in a society, that's how nations are created with justice. Only when this happens in the countries, the world peace is possible. So the technology for dealing with all illnesses, all problems in the society. What about global warming? You know very well, more than me, what's happening today. Glaciers are melting much faster than what they used to be. New pandemic diseases are coming. We don't know from where they come. Even capital city, Delhi, is one of the most polluted cities in the world, capitals. Just imagine what will happen another, our children's time. Our time will go. Children, grandchildren time. So they will not be grateful to us for creating all these comforts in life, mansions to live. They say these people had such a selfish life. We don't have clean water to drink, no clean air to breathe. And then polluted food. Whatever food we are eating. I asked the other day, we celebrated a world-renowned laparoscopic surgeon, a man who was a farmer, tiller. He discontinued studies and then poverty. Then ultimately he became a doctor, not a doctor, became a world-renowned laparoscopic surgeon. He tells me, people of 18, 19 are coming for cancer of the stomach, some part or the other. Because the polluted food, what we are eating, enjoying all right, lot of chemicals, fertilizers and all that, toxic food we are eating. And then what type of medicine we take and also side effects and all these things. It's a different story now. So we all enjoyed a good life actually because our ancestors did not spoil the atmosphere. They lived well, but they take care of the environment also. But in the last 100 years, we have been so selfish, overexploited everything, thinking as if we are the last generation. So we have got a big responsibility on all of us. We have seen governments alone cannot do much. Courts, laws and all that. So unless the reformation change place at the level of each individual. So transformation has to begin within individuals. Is good. So for that the technology is meditation. It doesn't belong to any religion, like yoga also. So we have just written on behalf of Buddha CEO Foundation to the Prime Minister of India, giving all the reasons why we should make dhyana, meditation. You can't say compulsory, but you have to create policies where every school there should be there. In my state, when we were in a village school, even then they had some moral lessons and all. That's gone now today. I'm disturbed when I travel around the addiction. School children, they celebrate birthday with alcohol. It's all reality. I'm not frightening, but we have to see the reality of the situation. So we have to save our future generations. We also have to live in peace and harmony. So this when I was doing the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, full of tension. I was all alone. I had to protect my team. So I went for the Vipassana meditation. Somebody suggested. 10 days of it, not easy to sit. Because you have to get up early morning, 2 simple meals a day they give. Keep watching your breath for 3 days, then watching the sensations the whole day. At the end of the 10 days, I found out something remarkable. Then the media was searching for me, 10 days I was not available. I told them I see something amazing. I was one of those holding 2 full-time jobs at that time. As IG CRPF, fully armed to the teeth, fighting insurgency, Punjab, Kashmir, Northeast and all that. As Joint Director of CBI, we don't deal with arms, only deal with high-profile cases. Go to the Director General of the CRPF, Director of CBI, said every police officer must go through the meditation. Because there is a lot of stress. If you also become stressful, you overreact and things situation gets bad. They said 10 days is too long. Can you make it to 5 days or 3 days? I asked Satyananda Goenkaji, Guruji, as you call, who brought Vipassana back from Burma to India. He said, Karthikeyan, when I went through this in Burma, it was 3 months course. They said, Buddha's meditation, you take it back to India. Nobody was interested. So I went from door to door. We could not make it less than 10 days. 10 days, less than 10 days, it doesn't work. So here we meet Patriji, you all heard of this master. He told me, how do you spend 10 days? I could not sit more than one day, he said. But then Anapanasati, but he knew the essence of it, came out, and he perfected it, simplified it. It was enough for him, for his level of advancement. He also, like Goenkaji, went from door to door. Nobody was interested. But then he went from door to door all over Andhra Pradesh. I met him 35 years back by chance. Man full of enthusiasm. He said, he could have kept quiet, but what I got, the benefit, I want to spread it to the world. That's the great masters, like Buddha and Mahavira, all the other masters. He did succeed in spreading it to Andhra Pradesh. Along with that, he took pyramid meditation, vegetarianism, and all that. Then he said, I will make it Dhyan Andhra Pradesh. Then he said, Dhyan Bharat. A good man, I thought, good intention, but it was happening. Then he said, I will convert Dhyan Jagat. He said, unless the whole world becomes meditative, there is no way. And he traveled around the world, you all know more about Patriji than myself. So that's the way he used to invite me to Pyramid Valley, and I was busy, but out of invitation, I used to go once in a way. I found commitment to humanity is amazing. He overworked himself, traveled tirelessly, all that happened. At that time, I used to meet Chandra and Manvani, because a friend of their guru, masters, they took care of me all the time. Then pandemic came. Chandra said, sir, we cannot meet, so why not? I want to do this Zoom meditation. I never knew. I belong to old generation, So because of him, I had to learn something to do with Zoom and all the operation. My secretary helped, now I do it. Just to encourage him, for the inauguration, I stayed on. I found it interesting, though we are not new to spiritual practices. I stayed on for a week or 10 days. I liked it. I shared my knowledge with few of my friends. And some of them who have faith in my word, they joined. They liked it. It was a totally free meditation. But still one gentleman sent 10 lakh rupees to him to support his organization. I can't know. So like that it happened. Then 40 days meditation. Then without any hesitation, I endorsed. Next time when he wanted, I endorsed. I said, recommended to everybody. It went to thousands of people. People who had faith in me joined. And many in turn have gone to so many people. I think, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands have joined by now. It became a global movement now. One of the movements. So, Patriji's vision of spreading it for Dhyan Jagat is happening. But ladies and gentlemen, he is doing it. Shreyans Daga is doing it. Dr. Newton is doing it. And our professors here, they are all doing it. And then the young two ladies in Delhi, Alekhya and Amulya, they started a PMC Hindi channel. 2 years back, myself and Patriji inaugurated it. Of course, after his Samadhi, they are reaching lakhs of households. So that means people need it today. People need it because the only thing they need is this. They want peace of mind. And they say, here is the Patriji's technology. It is within you. You don't have to go, by all means go to worship, but ultimately your remedy is within you. You know very well how this Pyramid Valley has come so beautifully, beautifully managed by Sai and his team. And I have seen it 20 years back. The Patriji went, it was impossible to reach the place. Such a total transformation taking place. And I congratulate all of you who are already on the movement. I don't know how many of you are new. Now this Zoom platform has taken to thousands of people. Then I started only for meditation. I stayed on for some time. What is the reaction of the people? I found amazing transformation. Doctors with degrees A to Z, they said, we have cut down our medication or prescribing meditation along with medication. 3 years back, I said I write a letter on meditation, newsletter. I offer messages from great masters. like said Jaggi Vasudev and Sri Shankarji. Then Guruji told me, no, Karthikeyan, it is I said meditation is medication. He said, no, it's better than medication. He wrote. My paper is ready. I said, I have to give a title. So with hesitation, I said, meditation is miraculous. Then later on, I found it was not an exaggeration, because children of 9 years, 10 years, some of them who are fortunate to sit with their parents, they are responding in 1 or 2 years how their performance improved, their behavior improved, how their teachers are appreciating them and all these things. People living, it happens in many families because of this today. 20 years they have been living in the same house, husband and wife. They say, after the meditation, we are really having a family life now. Because they get over the ego. See, there's not a meditation, it teaches. Now, every 40-day meditation, Chandra is improving his performance. As I keep telling, starting as a elementary school teacher, became high school teacher, professor, now become a global teacher now. He does a lot of homework, studies philosophy, science and all that, explaining to people, appealing. So now, gentlemen, this is meant for others, not for me to talk. I am very happy to be with all of you here. And please continue whatever you are doing. Just, 1 or 2 days, you have to make it a practice. It has to be internalized. Then only you get the benefit. What you do in life is important. How you do it is important now. So the satisfaction, joy comes out of ultimately whatever task given to us, how sincerely we are doing it. Happiness and peace is within ultimately, not because you're a millionaire or a billionaire or you're holding a big power and all these things. So, Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi, the joy is within us. We make our own life hell or heaven. So it's left to us. The shortest, in fact, I wrote to the Prime Minister, the surest technology is meditation. Not only the only technology is meditation. It has been imbibed everywhere. We are also integrated medicine also we are promoting now. Ayurveda, Siddha, that's a different story now. Kindly, whoever is happened to be here, if you have not done a meditation, please do it and practice it. As he says, 40 days then you get addicted to it. It's a good time of addiction. I've been talking to the professors. They said, we are under tension all the time. The gentleman was telling, he said, sir, I get up at 4 o'clock. 2 hours I do it. Very successful people. The whole day I am full of energy. I said, how? He said, after I start meditation. So like that, miracles do happen, and miracle is within us. It's just a question of making a decision, sticking to it. You do it, your family does it, children do it, the children will come out. All sort of addiction, they know the right values, they can reform others and all that. Thank you, gentlemen. Namaskaram.